You post the affirmation, you speak the prayer, then you spend the next 3 hours anxious. That's not faith, that's a performance with no one watching. And in a few minutes, you're going to see exactly what Jesus was actually teaching, and why most people have been missing it their entire lives. Here's what Matthew 9:29 actually says. Not according to your words, not according to your effort, according to your faith. And faith, in the original sense, the mechanical sense, doesn't mean what you've declared out loud. It means the state you are actually operating from, the assumption running in your body, the thing that's loudest at 2 a.m. when nothing's changed and no one is watching. Jesus wasn't measuring your prayer, he was measuring your assumed state. So let me ask you directly, what state are you actually in? Because here's the mechanism. You are running two assumptions at the same time. One assumes God is in control, and the other assumes the problem is bigger than the promise. And that's a problem. The one that's louder at 2 a.m., that's the one God is working through. You don't have weak faith, you have double faith, one in God and one in the problem. Now, this might irritate you. It's not weakness, it's protection. At some point, worry started feeling like responsibility, like you were taking it seriously, like peace meant you stopped caring. So you built a habit of staying inside the problem because stillness felt dangerous, like letting your guard down. And that's not faithfulness. That's a survival pattern with a Bible verse attached to it. Now, here's where it gets sharper, and this is the part most people never reach. Whether you call it faith or assumption, the mechanism is identical. God doesn't work around what you believe, He works through it. Your assumed state is the channel. The finished creation is already there. God already completed it. Genesis 2:1, the heavens and earth were finished. John 19:30, it is finished. Guys, the work is done. The only variable is what you are assuming to be true right now. That assumption is the channel through which the finished reality enters your life. And that's not New Age, that's Genesis. And Jesus knew exactly what he was doing. When he said, according to your faith, he was pointing directly at your operative assumption, not your theology, not your confession, the thing you are actually living from. Now, here's the layer the short version never shows you. Jesus wasn't the exception, he was the demonstration. He was fully man, fully God, and he showed what happens when a human being operates with zero resistance to what God has already finished. No double assumption, no split state, both hands open, total inhabited belief that what the Father already completed was already done. That's why the miracles happened. Not because he had access you don't have, but because he had no resistance. That same resistance that you haven't dropped yet. Now, the disciples didn't fail because they lacked God's power. They failed because their assumption of the storm was louder than their assumption of the promise. Jesus didn't rebuke their effort, he rebuked their assumed state. O you of little faith, meaning you looked at the waves and let them become bigger inside you than the word you had already been given. That is what double assumption costs, not just peace, presence, direction, the life that was already moving toward you while you were rehearsing the version where it falls apart. Your state determines what you perceive, how you behave, and what reality reflects back to you, not your words and not the volume of your prayers. Your state, your faith, your assumption. So here's the question, and let it land. Are you trusting God or just briefing him? Because one of those assumes it's already handled and moves from that place. The other keeps circling back, keeps picking it up, keeps presenting the case to a God who has already fixed the situation before you even started talking. God works through what you believe to be true. That is the entire mechanism. And right now, what do you actually believe? Stop treating prayer as petition. God already answered. The work is finished. You are not informing him. You are assuming into what he already completed. Start inhabiting the end of the story, the way Jesus taught. Present tense, already done. It has been received. Embody as someone who prays once assumes it's handled and moves like it's true. If this doesn't land, discard it. Your sovereignty is law. Now, comment awake below if this landed. And take what served you, leave what didn't. But if this woke something up inside you, don't let it go back to sleep. And remember, this wizard believes in you.